Yay Networks.
Welcome to another A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans, feeling much better this podcast. Thank you for asking. And this is my husband and co-host, Alan Evans.
Hey, Train in the house.
I didn't give you my cold yet, have I?
You have not.
Yeah, we've been trying to avoid that lip-on-lip contact.
We've been doing the kiss on one side and the kiss on the other side.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel very European.
Yeah, but I am feeling a lot better. You know, that stage of being sick when everything starts coming out into your Kleenex. That's where I'm at right now. So anyway, just a bad summer cold, but apparently that's been going around a lot. I've been hearing from people that say they have the same thing.
What's your opinion when you're, and I'm just saying, maybe if you're at a restaurant and you're eating, you're about to shove a big thing of linguine in your mouth, and then you hear somebody over at the other table just blowing their guts out into a tissue. What does that make you? Do you ignore it? Are you not bothered by it? Does it make you want to gag? What happens?
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't
bother you? I know
bother
you're
you?
about to say something because I have done that before. But you've been in an emergency situation, especially if you live in Texas and the Texas allergies are out of control and it hits you sometimes and you just got to blow your nose. And sometimes you don't have time to get up and run to the bathroom. But you could make somebody feel really bad about themselves and point at them and give them that stink face.
I don't point. I don't give stink face.
You give stink face to me when I do it.
I don't give stink face.
He puts his silverware down. He's very dramatic. Silverware down and sits back in the chair. Are you done yet?
That's
what I get.
I have never said that.
Alan!
You misrepresent me so bad.
Alan!
Listener, who do you believe?
Oh, God. Yes, that's the question of the day. Who do you believe?
You know what today is? Today is not only hump day.
When we record it, but not when we release it.
Not when we release it. When we release it, it's hump day as we record. It's also 6/9.
Oh, today is June 9th.
June 9th and hump day.
What a coincidence.
I wonder if that'll ever
No one has brought that up.
Will that
all
ever
day.
happen again?
Us humping on Wednesdays? What?
Well, I can answer that. No.
I thought you were asking me.
No, will 6/9 ever fall on?
Sure it will.
Damn, you had at 4:20 on 6/9 on hump day. You had it all going on. You're having a party.
We had 420 was on Wednesday this year too?
No. At 4:20 today.
Oh,
on
I
hump
don't know.
day.
I can't keep
on
up with
6/9.
But I know you're the only person that's brought it up to me today.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard.
So
that
I had an original thought. It wasn't a good thought. But
was
at
it
least,
an original thought,
at
or did
least
you see a meme?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Anyway, we got some stuff to get to on the podcast. I don't know if you have updated your. I don't assume that everybody listening has an iPhone, but I'm assuming a lot of you do. And if you just recently updated it, the iOS 14.6 update. I don't even know what that means. Why do they call it 14.6?
Are you doing technology talk?
No, I'm not, because I'm not good at it. But I subscribe to this newsletter from iDrop News, and it just keeps me up to date on stuff, so I know what's going on. Because ever since I've updated my battery or whatever I do to my phone, the battery has been draining like crazy, and I just thought it was me. But
Really?
Then the iDrop News said that the new update could be causing excessive battery drain.
Well, you got me wanting to look at what I have right this second. I'm going to look at what
Yeah.
iOS I have.
So anyway,
How do I do that?
Well, you go to settings and you go under
Yes.
general, and it says if there's any software
General.
updates. Here's me not knowing technology.
Where
but
do
I
I
know
go?
that.
How do I do software update? I'm
Look under
lost.
general.
I'm lost.
Go down to general.
I'm in
Scroll-
general.
No.
I'm in settings.
Honey.
I don't know where I am.
Okay, we'll do it after.
That's
the
par
podcast.
for the course too.
Anyway, they were talking to some people, and one person said,
Oh, there it is.
that Siri chewed up 70% of his battery life when he had his iPhone XS sitting overnight in sleep mode. 70%.
It's wanting me to do the update.
Yeah. Well,
See,
what they're
look,
recommending.
14.6.
Okay, so what they're saying is you might want to hold off a few days because they're probably going to do a bug fix, and they'll have something. You know, you have to do that every once in a while. But I've already updated and downloaded it, so I'm just stuck with having to charge my phone in the middle of the afternoon, which I haven't had to do.
Isn't this typical Apple, though? I get so frustrated at Apple. This is typical Apple.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look,
because they want you to buy a phone before Christmas.
Since you've got it pulled up, read what it says they're doing this update for.
iOS 14.6 includes the option to unlock iPhone with Apple Watch while wearing a face mask. Well, that's very useful, Apple. Adds support for AirTag and introduced separate skin tone variations for emojis with couples. Siri adds more diverse voice options. Good eye, mate. And app tracking transparency lets you control which apps are allowed to track your activity across other companies' apps and websites.
Okay, so that's been the biggest thing I've noticed in addition to the battery draining. Now, every time I pull up any app, Instagram's an app, Facebook, whatever I go to, they ask me immediately, do you want this app sharing your, I'm paraphrasing, so I don't have it pulled up in front of me. Do you want this app sharing your information with other vendors or third parties? And I always say no, I don't. Why would I want you to do that? Well, there's a fallout from all these people of us opting out, and it could end up costing us money in the long run. It's just, I guess it depends on, some people are like me when it comes to security cameras. I don't care. Put security cameras everywhere. It doesn't bother. I'm not doing anything.
Red light?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, where's the line for you? See, it's like where your comfort level is different. What's impeding on your freedom, I might not think is a big deal, right? But when you keep giving a little, and then suddenly you realize, oh my gosh, now Big Brother is watching. And
yeah. You want cameras everywhere? Are you kidding me?
See, that's what Kid Craddock used to say. He's like, you don't want cameras everywhere. But then I look at the news, and then you'll see that some little girl was snatched riding her bike in front of a car wash. And thankfully, all the security cameras set up around the perimeter caught the man in the act, and they're able to save the little girl. You know what I'm saying? So having cameras everywhere, hey, there's some good that comes of it. But then again, it's the flip side. It's like,
well, the flip side is if we do that, then we can put cameras in your house, or let's put them in your bathroom.
It's like,
let's put them in a public bathroom.
Exactly. It's like everybody's like, oh, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. But you keep pushing the boundaries to what people are okay with until suddenly we're in a position now that I think 50 years ago people would be shocked, at how much of our personal information we share and
for
things
sure
that are out there. So anyway, I've got a little bit. If you have downloaded and updated and all this stuff.
Now I'm scared to download and update.
It said to wait because they're going to probably fix the bugs about the battery draining. But they said, okay, I'm going to get to this in a minute.
Okay.
It says, if you've updated your iPhone recently, this is according to iDrop News, you may notice that whenever you visit one of your usual apps, you're being asked whether or not you want to give the app permission to track your activity.
I've noticed that, and I haven't even done the update.
Yes. It's called App Tracking Transparency.
Okay.
It's in the iOS 14 update. Users are loving it because, we're opting out. But a lot of companies do not. In fact, Facebook started showing these notifications, adding that one of the reasons you should grant permission for them to track your personal information
so they can make more money
is because it keeps Facebook and Instagram free for us to use. So if we keep opting out and they're not allowed to share our information, so we get all these little pop-up ads and things, well, they're going to say, okay, fine. Then you're going to have to start paying $4.99 a month to use Facebook or whatever. So anyway, the FTC Guardian recently shared the worst apps for privacy concerns based on a privacy grade score.
Okay.
And there's a lot that goes into calculating the scores, but basically these are the apps you need to delete if you are super concerned with your privacy.
With your privacy?
And I'm going to tell you what those apps are, the top 7.
Oh, wow. That's a tease.
Right after this.
That's called a tease in the podcast business.
Because I'm a professional. That's what I am.
You are.
All right. Are you still going to the post office? Let me tell you, I'm one of those weird people that kind of digs going to the post office. Sometimes, it's kind of fun to stand in line. I know that's weird, right? But it's a big time suck, and it's a big money suck. If you are a business owner, a small business owner, especially now, everybody's doing this online shopping. You've got packages to ship, you've got invoices to get out. Well, thanks to stamps.com, you don't ever have to go to the post office again. You can mail and ship anytime, anywhere, right from your computer. Send letters, ship those great big packages, and you're going to pay less, a lot less, with discounted rates from the United States Postal Service, UPS, and more. Stamps.com so far has saved businesses thousands of hours in productivity and tons of money every year. So pretty much anything you want to do at this post office, boom, you can do it. If you've got to ship out just a few small packages, great big boxes of merchandise, maybe you're mailing postcards just to introduce your business to the area. With Stamps.com, you can print official U.S. postage 24/7. Any letter, any package, any class of mail going anywhere in the world. With discounts up to 40% off the post office rates, up to 66% off UPS shipping rates. Not to mention Stamps.com is just a fraction of the cost of those expensive postage meters.
So stop wasting going to the post office, wasting that time going to the post office. What are you wasting? You're wasting time going to the post office. And go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk. And with our promo code SANDWICH, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the home page, and type in SANDWICH. That's Stamps.com, promo code SANDWICH, Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
Thank you, honey. All right, so back to the apps that this FTC Guardian said are the worst when it comes to privacy concerns. And if you are super paranoid
Privacy.
about your privacy, start here.
Okay.
Start with, they have the top 7. I don't know why they didn't do the top 10. That's weird to me. Why would you do a top 7 list? Why wouldn't you go with 5 or 10? That's my
Seven's
number
a
one
Seven's a
question.
lucky number.
Well, these are 7 unlucky apps that
Okay.
we're going to tell you to delete. Number 7 on the list is Words with Friends. Now, I deleted this to save my relationship with Alan because if any of you out there still want to risk your privacy and you want to play with Alan, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. He is the most obnoxious Words with Friends player on the planet. He gets all huffy and smart about it. And I was an English major. And so I would sit there and I would sweat and struggle to use every letter. And my word would be worth 11 points if I was lucky. But he's done this. So he'd use a word that was 2 points and it'd be like 2 letters and it'd be like 1,000 points. And he'd be all smug about it. I had to delete the app to save our relationship. So anyway.
How come when somebody's really good at something, everyone hates on them?
No, it's
Everyone
not
hates on Tom Brady.
It's not about being good at it. It's about your attitude.
I was the Tom Brady of Words with Friends.
It was about your attitude more than anything
and I will
else.
stand by that quote.
Attitude.
No one could
Bad.
beat me.
All right, so basically, it's like Scrabble if you've never played Words with Friends. Seems like a fun and innocent app until you learn it asks for your permission for precise location, which really should not be necessary. Number 6 is an app called Draw Something. Are you familiar?
I'm not.
Well, it became increasingly popular during the pandemic because of how easy it is to use, and it's the ability to connect and play with your friends online. So basically, it's like Pictionary, but they can't use the Pictionary name because it is patented or copyrighted or something.
That is a trademark.
Trademarked. You draw something, your friends, you send it to them, and they try to guess what you're drawing, right? What it is. But this app asks for permission to read your phone status and your identity, allowing the company to access your phone number or call log and share that with advertisers.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And a lot of times on these games that you really want to play
A-holes.
and you don't read all the fine print, you just have to accept the terms in order to play. This is the kind of stuff you're accepting.
It's those marketing a-holes.
Number 5 on the list, Angry Birds.
That's still a game?
People are still
People
playing
still
it.
play Angry Birds?
I guess they're still being introduced to it.
I thought this was from like 2004.
I don't know, but they say because of its poor security, this game has been targeted to get users' information. It's because most Angry Bird games ask permission to access the user's phone identity, call logs, device ID, and even phone number. Number 4, My Talking Tom. Every toddler and some adults like My Talking Tom.
Never
My
heard of-
daughter had My Talking Tom.
Never heard of that.
When she got her iPad from Auntie Crazy, my daughter had the original iPad when it came out because Auntie Crazy wanted my daughter to have something to distract her so we could talk.
Auntie Crazy used to pop on the in the chat
I don't
room.
know
What
where she's been
happened? I
lately.
ain't seen Auntie Crazy in a while.
But My Talking Tom asks you to and you just do it for your kid because it's you just the kid the Talking Tom does stuff and you can get it to eat and poop and pee. I don't even know what it can do anymore. It's been so long since Kellie was a toddler.
So it's like a really dumbed down version of The Sims or something?
I guess. I don't know. I've never played The Sims. My Talking Tom asks, and this is number 4, asks you to grant access to track your purchase history, your location, your iPhone's identifiers like your user ID, even how you use your data. If you or your kids have this app, it may be time to get rid of it. Number 3 on the list, LinkedIn. I have been inundated with the generic, congrats on your work anniversary. Congrats on your work anniversary. Congrats on your work anniversary. I have been inundated with those messages, the generic ones.
Yep.
I signed up for it years ago because I saw what happened to a friend of mine who was suddenly out of a job and was like, I need to network. And I was like, okay, I'll sign up for it. I got about 5,000 friends on there, and I know 2 of them, I think.
Are you and I even connected?
I don't even know. Do you know somebody hit on me on LinkedIn, though? I actually went on a date with a guy from LinkedIn. He said, I'm not on the dating apps, but he said,
That's a little seedy.
Well, why not? He said,
it's kind of seedy.
he was a businessman, and we were LinkedIn.
Well, why
friends,
didn't he go to
apparently.
one of those?
He said he didn't do dating
He's a
apps.
businessman, huh?
He was a businessman.
Why didn't he want to do one of those high-end
And he
escort
said-
services
He
then?
said, "I'm just, taking a shot here. I listened to you on the
Yeah, he
radio.
was.
I like your personality. I like the things you stand for, and I would love to know if I could, just meet you for a drink or something." And I said, "Yes."
Unbelievable.
And we went out. What are you mad about? It was before you.
When was this?
Before you.
I swear, one podcast I'm listening about some guy who looks like Darren Woodson cutting wind. The next podcast I'm hearing about some a-hole in LinkedIn hitting on you.
Why is he an a-hole? This happened before I met you.
Where's this going? When are we going to do the next podcast?
Okay, I know you're kidding. So anyway, yeah. So you can use it as a dating thing, and but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I should keep it or not because now that it's on this list. Here's what it says. This popular social media app for employees and employers collects up to 50% of your personal data, including your purchase history, your location, contact information, your iPhone identifiers, which is not as much as the number 1 on this list is. So that's a lot, but there's 2 apps worse, is what it's saying.
Collect your purchase history. What does that mean? From where?
Where you're buying stuff online.
Well, that's a pretty broad subject there. What does that mean? Like it's looking at your Apple Pay stuff?
I
or
guess
is
it's
that-
looking at what you buy so it can target other advertisers. So if you're a big consumer of, Alan is obsessed with these protein chips by Quest.
Yes, I
familiar
do
with
like
Quest
those.
protein
I
chips?
wouldn't say obsessed is
You
the right
love,
word.
well, you love them.
I like
And I
them,
can't
yeah.
find them. I can find the Quest bars, which are delicious. If y'all are looking for a good protein bar, hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag not an ad.
Quest are really good, but they're kind of expensive. So I try to wait till they go on sale. But the Quest protein chips are hard to find in the store. So I would buy them online. So I'm guessing LinkedIn would see, oh, I'm going to Amazon or whatever to buy these Quest chips. They see my purchase history. Perhaps they would sell my information. I'm just guessing. I'm not an IT person.
No, I get all
I'm
that,
guessing they
babe.
would sell it to another protein chip company and try to get my business.
I get the retargeting, all that.
Then what are you asking me?
When you say they collect your purchase history, to me that means somebody has a list of your transactions you've made.
I'm just telling you what this says.
Yeah, I know. You're just reading that, but that one pops out at me. It's like, what?
See, it's getting worse.
What purchase history?
It's getting worse and worse.
I'd like to know exactly what purchase history that
you
means.
have to write LinkedIn about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What website you go to, you can track any website people go to, but my actual purchase history?
That's what it says.
How are they doing that?
Don't know. I'm just reading the list.
We need Sandwich and Some Love and Nation to do a little research on this.
Number 2 on the list, y'all are going to be sick over this. Uber Eats. Hey, my daughter loves Uber Eats because when she wants something to eat and I'm just like, there's nothing in the house and I want this cheeseburger and the place is, I don't want to get in the car to drive. Just use Uber Eats. Listen to this. Although Uber Eats needs to know, I mean, come on, they need to know your exact location for the service to work correctly. We get that. This app asks for more information than it probably needs, from your location to your contact information to your device's identifiers. Uber Eats asks for this data and shares up to 50% of it with third-party companies. So Uber Eats isn't making a lot of money off of your transaction. You know, that their businesses pay to be in the Uber Eats system, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're not making that much money off of that. They're making most of the money selling our information to third parties. And number one on the list, should not come as any surprise, Facebook and Instagram, which is all owned by the same company now. It's at the top of the list. Instagram collects 79% and Facebook collects 57% of its users' personal data. Both apps practically want access to everything on your iPhone, like your purchase history, location, contact information, search history, financial information, and much more.
That doesn't surprise me one bit. Because if you watch The Social Dilemma, isn't that the Netflix documentary you watched? Was it called The Social Dilemma?
That's right.
It will freak you out, man, about how much information Facebook and Instagram has on you.
Yeah,
They
can manipulate the way you feel about things, and you think, oh no, I can't be influenced. The men, it was mostly men that worked on these apps, they were saying, we know how this works. We are the people who created it, and we fell victim to it.
And we don't let our children use technology.
It's something to really watch. You think you're not susceptible to the power of suggestion. We all are.
They know how long you spend. Like, you know, when you're going through your feed on Instagram, you're just kind of thumbing up and down, up and down. They know how long you spend looking at each picture.
Yep.
And then they have the data to tell them, okay, this person spends just a nanosecond longer on this type of picture.
Like a cat picture.
Yeah. So we're going to feed them users that are posting these kind of things, or advertisers that are selling products for cats, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, they can get that granular with it.
Yeah, it's scary stuff. So these are the apps you should worry about most, but there are other apps out there that are asking for your personal information. So now you have the option with this app tracker update to opt out, but you could also delete these apps, and the consequence is we might have to start paying for them where they've been free up till now.
Screw Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, are you going to delete it? Are you going to delete it all?
Well, I don't know that in my profession I can delete it, but I tell you what are they going to do? They're going to leverage all of us and say, well, if you don't opt in, we're just going to have to start charging you?
Well,
is that how this is going to work?
They're a business. They are a business, right? They have the right to charge you. They're making their money other ways now, so they haven't had to.
I think a monopoly is
know.
probably a better word for what Facebook and
I
Instagram
don't
are. It's
know.
not really a business. It's more of a technology monopoly. They don't have a competitor, so it's a monopoly.
Okay. Well, that's the very upsetting news of the day. How'd you like that? Oh, and I also
Getting me all spun up.
And this was interesting. A long time ago, I mess around with my iPhone. I'm not really that technologically savvy, but when I was there was a way I could enter my emergency contacts if something had ever happened to me. I think it's under your health app. Like if you ever are in a distressful
I've done
situation.
that. Yeah. You put your blood type and all that in there.
Right. So you can do that. I don't think my blood type's in there. But anyway, this woman on TikTok, her name is Sally Catherine Love. And for some reason, I got notified, hey, you've got some updates on your TikTok. And I never really go over there. I've never posted anything, but I do like to look at some of the videos. Some of the life hacks are pretty funny. And anyway, this one I thought was really helpful, and I want to pass this along. She said, go to your settings, okay? Scroll down to emergency SOS in your settings, then emergency SOS, and then enter there to make sure that it is enabled. Because you could have it, mine was automatically enabled, but just make sure. Mine was. Enter your emergency contacts there if you have not already done so. If you are ever in an emergency situation, rapidly hit the side button on your phone 5 times. And apparently you can also, because once it said what it will do, it will automatically call 911 and then text the people in your emergency contacts your exact location. In addition to that, if your location changes, let's say you're snatched by someone and you're able to press the button before they realize, give me your phone, whatever. If they move you to a new location, your people in your emergency contacts will also be notified that you have moved because it's got that GPS in it. So, I mean, it's not a fail-safe system, but that's good to know, right? So anyway, again, if you're ever in an emergency situation, rapidly hit the side button of your phone 5 times. And when I went to the app to see if this is all true, it also said at the top, if you press and keep holding the side button and either one of the volume buttons at the up or the down, you hold them, it will automatically call 911 that way as well. So either rapid hit it 5 times, that little button on the right, or hold that one down and one of the volume buttons, just hold it down. It will automatically call 911 and then notify the people in your contacts of your exact location.
What if my hands and arms have been disabled?
Babe, I don't know. That's all I can give you.
What if I'm in a car wreck and my
Exactly.
hands and arms have been disabled?
I don't know, but that's good to know.
Well,
What if you are...
Here's the deal. In my case, though, it's not, because you are my emergency contact.
Yeah.
So it'd be quicker for me to say, call Kellie
But
Raspberry
what if
Evans.
you're in a situation where you can't speak? What if you're in a bank? What if you're in a bank
and it's being
somebody
held up?
walks in,
Al Pacino walks
everybody
in?
down on the ground.
Yeah.
Hit that button 5 times. You can't, Oh, but there was also a feature. I think it said that it would, you might want to disable it, where it makes a noise to let you know that it's calling. So if the bank robber or somebody hears that noise, you might want to turn that off. I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was very helpful.
It is.
And there's always going to be a what if, but what if,
Right,
but what
right,
if.
right.
But they're doing what they can.
I would need to put in someone in addition to Kellie Raspberry Evans, who I have right here.
Yeah, I have my
Her number
parents
is
and you.
972. Yeah.
I have my parents and you. So anyway, I have you for a lot of things. I have you to, as you tell me, almost on a daily basis, to carry this family on your back. I'm very lucky that Alan is very handy.
Yes.
And there's so many projects that he can take care of.
Uh-huh.
He handles, paying the bills for me. I was so thankful to say, take it, honey.
All the
But
business?
you know what he's also really, really good at?
Oh, wow. I'm getting
is-
bragged on. This
I
is
am.
great.
Look at you always say I'm so mean to you. And I brag
I
on
don't
you.
always say you're
Tell
so
everybody
mean.
how much I brag on you all the time too. Do 50-50 here.
I mean,
Alan.
I haven't heard it in a while. I heard cut and win the other day.
Alan.
I heard that. I said, how come I don't look like that guy cut and win? You said, oh, you cut win. Yeah.
Anyway, Alan's really good with gardening and landscaping and things like that and houseplants. And one thing he said to me when we got married and started cohabitating, yes, we waited.
Only under the covenant of matrimony.
We are not having fake houseplants. Am I right?
You're right.
He put his foot down.
I am out on the plastic plant.
I was like, but they have some really realistic looking ficus trees. But he said no.
Not under my roof.
But I am not really great at keeping things alive in the house. Alan, on the other hand, is. But when we were we have this one corner in our living room. The light is not great. It doesn't get a lot of sunlight, but it needed something really big and green and something just to give it a punch of color. So I went
something
online.
low maintenance too.
Low maintenance because, I'm not touching it. Alan does all that. But it can't, we can't keep hauling it out to get sun every day and putting it back because it's a big plant we were looking for. So I just went online and started searching and Bloomscape popped up.
Bloomscape?
Yes. This was before they ever became a sponsor of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. So this was just a wonderful, happy coincidence. So Bloomscape securely delivers big, healthy greenery right to your door. Okay? Each plant, high quality, already comes fully potted, home ready, right out of the box.
Lots of different types.
So many types, shapes, heights. Whether you're looking I was looking for Asian theme. We love Asian themed stuff.
We wanted Asian?
I wanted Asian.
Low
theme.
light?
I wanted low light. I wanted big. And it literally gave me all the options they had. Which one we go with, honey? You're better at this than
It's
me.
the bamboo palm.
Right.
Low maintenance.
Love it.
But beautiful.
Plus, if Alan didn't, if it was just me, if I was doing this on my own, Alan already knows everything. Bloomscape gives you all the grow-how on how to help your specific choices thrive.
The grow-how.
Yes, because with Bloomscape, life gathers around plants, and it really does make a difference. I mean, truly, living, breathing plants in your home, it makes such a difference in the energy. It makes me feel happy to walk in there and see, oh, look how good our what is it? Bamboo palm?
Bamboo
Look
palm.
how good our bamboo palm looks. It's still so good and green. And the stuff I tried putting there before would have withered and yellowed because I didn't know any better.
Takes yucky stuff out of the air, produces oxygen.
It does. So look, there's a perfect plant for all skill levels. If you don't happen to be lucky enough to have your own Allen at home, if you're like me, that's okay. Bloomscape can help you out. If you're trying to expand your indoor oasis, you simply search through their filters what you're needing. You can choose the desired light levels, pet friendliness. If you're looking for the air filtration, different sizes from extra small to extra large. Alan was so excited when our bamboo palm arrived when it came in the box. Tell them about that experience.
Oh, it was packed. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was in this gigantic, heavy, very well protected box. The roots and the pot were protected really well. And I just unpacked it and carried it to the spot.
I love it so much.
And it's done great. It's doing great.
It's doing great. And if you ever have any questions at all, they have a dedicated Grow How team available to answer through the website or the app. Just snap a picture. You fill out a brief questionnaire. It's that simple. We love Bloomscape. We could not be happier. If you're looking for anything to brighten up your office space, if you're still working from home or if you're going back to the office, plants for the kitchen, your bedroom, living room, Bloomscape has got you covered.
So get 15% off plant orders of $100 or more with promo code SANDWICH. Just go to bloomscape.com. That's 15% off plant orders over $100 or more. Go to bloomscape.com and use promo code SANDWICH.
You'll really be pleased with them. I was so happy when they came on as a sponsor because I found them naturally, you know.
I love that plant.
All right, babe, you said you had a feel-good story you wanted to share.
Oh, yeah. So we've mentioned one of our good friends. His name is Patrick Sowers. He used to be in the Army. And Sergeant Sowers, a lot of people call him. Pat, we call him. We're Patrick.
I've never called him Pat.
I call him Pat.
You've called him Pat?
Yeah.
Not around me. I've never heard anyone call him
Patrick
Pat.
Yeah, sure. I call everybody by a nickname, though. I call you Raspberry.
You call me Evans more.
Yeah, I do. Anyway, Patrick runs a charity called Operation Once in a Lifetime, and they do a lot of great things for veterans in need or veterans' families that are in need.
Current military families as
Current
well.
military, yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, a military member, he'll be discharged from the military. He'll be back into civilian life. He or she maybe has a hard time adjusting, and Patrick does all kinds of different things to help.
It's great wishes.
To help veterans. Yeah, he also grants wishes, like he takes veterans every Memorial Day to Arlington National Cemetery. He flies a group of veterans up there so they can see the cemetery and maybe visit some of their fallen.
Takes them to professional football games, lets them go down on the field.
Does fun stuff too like that.
And for the kids, like he'll get suites at stadiums and take the children of people who are maybe deployed and just to kind of give the kids a fun night out when their parents are out fighting for our country, defending our rights and stuff. So he just does such wonderful work.
Yeah. So
Operation Once in a Lifetime, if you'd like to support.
If you ever know any veterans in need or any veterans families that are in need, just look up Operation Once in a Lifetime on Facebook.
Yeah.
He's really big on Facebook. But Patrick posted something today on his personal Facebook page, and I just thought it was like really cool. We see so much negative stuff online, and sometimes when you see a feel-good story or a positive story, you're like, wow, that's great. It makes you feel good that there are people like Patrick and his family that are out there doing things like this. Or Pat, as I call him. But Patrick posted, here's his Facebook post. He said, I want to give an amazing shout out to the Allen Police Department. And Allen, if you're not here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Allen is a suburb of Dallas. It's to the east of where Kellie and I live in Plano. So it's like the suburb over called Allen. So he says, I want to give and that's where Patrick lives. I want to give an amazing shout out to the Allen Police Department who went above and beyond today for a Allen High School football player. I have coached this young man since he was 9 years old, and Patrick coaches rec basketball and rec football. And
I don't know how he has time to do it.
I don't see how he has time
to
do all this stuff. And he had an amazing opportunity to interview for his very first job today at Market Street Supermarket in Allen. But unfortunately, his mom had surgery scheduled this morning and was not able to take him. So I made a quick call to the Allen PD, who not only took him to his interview, but they got him new clothes, because all he had was gym clothes for his interview, and they gave him some pointers for his interview on the way. By the way, he crushed the interview, and he got the job.
Oh.
I wanted to add more to this amazing story, an amazing shout out to my wife, Brandy, who got up at 5 a.m. this morning to take this young man's mom to the hospital to have her surgery. Picked her up at 11 and stayed with her the entire time to watch over her while her son was on his interview. So I just thought that was a really great story. We hear all kinds of awesome stories like that from Patrick. This one happens to involve he and his wife. They do so many things for so many people, and a lot of times it just goes unnoticed. But I just wanted to give Patrick a shout out. I mean, he's always doing stuff for people like that.
I know, it makes me feel guilty. We should do more.
We
should do more.
He does so much stuff. It's unbelievable. I think I've told the story one time. He and I went hunting, and we were on the way home from the hunting trip, and we were riding together in his truck, and he got a call, and he put it on speakerphone, and it was a woman whose husband was in the Marines, and he had committed suicide the day before.
Yeah.
And she had called Patrick because someone referred her to him because she needed help with the funeral arrangement. She had no idea what to do for a military funeral. And if you could just hear the conversation between this woman who lost her husband the day before to suicide, and then how Patrick was handling that, it just blew me away. I'm like,
unfortunately,
I don't see how you do this on a day-to-day basis, Patrick.
Unfortunately, he does that on a day-to-day basis.
He does it all the time.
22 members of the military commit suicide. Veterans and current members of the military, they say on average 22 a day.
A day, yeah.
It's such a huge issue. So anyway,
I just wanted to give Patrick and Brandy a shout out, and the Allen Police Department too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what you see online is negative, what you see in the news is negative. But I tell you what, I was here just real quick. I was sitting at Starbucks today, and I'm just sitting there. I was sitting there for quite a while. I was just doing a little work on the phone, and I was waiting for the dogs to finish getting groomed. And you hear about people and you see this online. You see people being mean to people online.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of back and forth. People that don't agree with each other and going back and forth about certain stuff, okay? And I get it. People are passionate because they're behind their keyboard and there's no repercussion, really. You're just online, bickering back and forth. But I noticed the interaction of people of all shapes, colors, sizes, sex at Starbucks, because I watch people. And people that I saw today are generally nice to other people. They're generally nice. They hold doors open I was blown away. I'm like, wow, I didn't know men still did that.
I know.
Open doors.
Not always.
Not always.
But the majority.
But I was very happy to see that most people I observe that are just out minding their own business, out there, doing all that stuff, they're generally nice, pleasant people.
I agree. And when I stopped watching certain news channels, and when I stopped always obsessing about going on Twitter and all these social media sites, I'll tell you, my mental state improved immensely, because if you just look at certain news outlets, if you're just reading Twitter every day, you feel absolutely hopeless. Like, what the heck has happened? What can I do? We're all going to hell in a handbasket. But then when you start looking around you and the people that you interact with, and you're like, everybody I've seen is getting along and is polite. You always have some bozo ruins it for everybody, every once in a while. But for the majority, like you said,
yeah, there are different parts. Everyone's different. There are different regions of the country. There are different cities.
There are bad things that need to be addressed.
Sure,
Don't get me wrong.
Sure, there are. We're not all living in harmony here, but
But the negative stuff sells, and that's why that's all that is perpetuated on social media and the news. The good news stuff gets lost.
Emotion sells,
and fear sells.
Fear and emotion sell, and the media knows that, and they get paid on eyeballs. They get paid on clicks. And emotion and fear get eyeballs and clicks.
Yeah.
But if you're just out screwing around and look at people and listen to people and talk to people, people are doing good stuff too, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
I see pleasant people. I see people helping people. I see people talking and people that don't even know each other.
Just getting along.
Just talking about, there was a guy sitting next to me. He had this big, beautiful collie. It was this huge dog, and it was kind of weirded me out a little bit, because it was so big. But he had so many people come over and say, "Oh man, I love your dog," and then they just start talking. They don't even know each other, And I'm like, engaging, absolutely. I did that with the guy who had the schnauzer. Remember?
Okay, you engaged once. Don't act like you're Mr. Engagement.
I saw Andrew.
He's always getting on me about. You love to engage.
You do. I saw Andrea Dowling Gullidge at the park today. I engaged with her.
What were you going to do? Walk by and act like you didn't know her?
Actually, I didn't see her. She came cruising out of her car and she saw me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we had a very pleasant conversation because I'm very pleasant when I converse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen it so often.
Oh, come on.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I'm kind of getting in a bunny hole here, but I just wanted to share that story about Pat.
Okay. Well, I want to wrap up this podcast now, honey, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
You're going to bring it home for Jerome?
I need to go blow my nose.
Whoa.
And I don't want to do that on the podcast or at the dinner table unless it's an emergency situation.
I had another dog attack me at the park.
You did. You're going to tell that story now when I just asked that I need to go because I need to blow my nose?
There's not much of a story.
Okay.
Coming around the corner, guy had the dog off the leash.
Again.
Big lab shepherd mix comes running at me.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
like,
problem.
Dude, what?
Everybody thinks
why?
their dog is so perfect and can be off a leash. It's,
See,
we're not paranoid dog people.
No.
Alan is just afraid of big dogs.
Caesar said, unless you can walk in a downtown area with traffic everywhere, people running around, and put your dog in a downstay 250 times out of 250 times, and that dog doesn't move, then you need to have a leash on it.
Yeah. We learned we don't even take our dogs to the dog park anymore because Larry and Zoe were a little too aggressive, greeting other dogs, and other dog owners who haven't read Cesar Millan's book don't understand that sometimes that first initial growl and smell and sniff and stuff is how they get to know each other, and then they establish who's the dominant dog.
Who's the boss, right?
It's not a big deal. But what happens is these scared to death Fluffy's owners come in and they put their hands in the middle of it, and guess what happens? Somebody gets bit. And
Your dog
like,
bit me.
We're like, we ain't about being sued, so we don't even go to the dog park anymore.
Well, I'm sorry. What happened? Your dog bit me. Well, I saw the two dogs kind of going
saying
back
hello,
and then you stuck your hand in there. What I mean,
I know it's just a mess.
I'm
so
sorry,
just keep your dog on the leash. That's the basic point of that story.
Yep.
All right, so let's go.
Oh, okay.
I love you.
Well, finish it up.
You finish it up. I gotta go blow my nose, honey.
Okay. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you too.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love them so much. We're going to see a lot of them at Oaked Barbecue this weekend.
Yes.
On Saturday. Tickets still
June
available.
20th.
Just a few.
No, not June 20th. What am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
June 20th is Father's Day.
June 12th.
June 12th.
Yeah, I love them so much. I'm going to see them there, and we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.